Hi folks, so this is 2016 question 1 and orthographic. So I'm going to go through this question, how to solve it. Now I have a lot of the setup done already, and the reason for that is just to save time, otherwise the videos would be just way too long, okay? So the first kind of problem I think people might have is there's a little kind of a square, or rectangle, sorry, to go in down here. That might be an issue for people, okay? Now, the only measurements we have for that true length in the question we're given is that it's 10 down from the top. I'm going to put a notch in there for that, and 10 from the bottom, okay? So once we get them in the end view, and that's the only place we could mark it off with them to get use out of those true lengths, okay? I'm going to drop it down, both points, and I'm going to run them across here. Now, when you bring them across, then we can do in our heavy finish lines. And we'll have to finish that in elevation as well, of course. So I'll just bring up those lines lightly. And we'll bring them across from here. Now in both elevation and plan, of course, we could not see the true shape of that. It's only in the end view we could have got use out of those measurements. So that is the rectangle there. We won't see it here, it just appears as an edge view, okay? But that's it there and here. Now, the last piece is what we have to do is this cylinder. Now any cylinder that is sliced gives an elliptical shape. It is not a parabola, okay? It's an elliptical shape that we must form there. And we do this and by dividing up our circle with our standard 60-30. Sorry, that marker's gone dry. And so has that one. Sorry now, folks. No. So we'll divide it up there. And we can put on this one too here if you want in color. Now, I actually have 3 points already up here. I've the 2 starting points, and I got this point here. Where did I get this lowest point on the elliptical shape that we're going to make? I got it from over here, where it hits the slope and surface. Okay? So, what I'm going to do after that, I'm going to number up my points. I'm going to call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now I already have up there 1 and 7, and this guy is 4 down here. So to get the others, I'm going to run these points over to here. I'll bring over 2 and 6 while I'm at it as well. We bring them up then to hit the slope and surface. Okay, so they're coming over, then they're going up. And now where they hit this slope and surface, they're going to go back over to elevation. So I'll run a light line over there and a light line over here. And we'll just bring them up now. So 2 must be directly, so I follow 2. It's on this line here. That'll get me point 2 there. And I always say label them in as you're going, okay? 3 up, over, across. This is 3 here. And then 5, the same, up, over. Just always check make sure you're on the proper line. Okay. That'll get me point 5 and point 6 up, over, and bring it straight up to here. Will get me this guy up here, okay? And when you have that done, then you're ready to do your freehand curve in. Now remember, you always should have kind of like a flat nose at the bottom, like the front of an airplane. And then we bring it back up here. And that's our freehand curve. Now, if you can follow this one and you understand it, folks, that's great, because the same thing is asked in every orthographic question. They're very predictable, and this is the way you go about solving it, okay? So we'll move on now. There's only one last thing to do. And the last thing we were asked to do was to get the true shape of this object here, okay? Now, when I look at plane, I'm looking at it in a slope and view, and it's also in the slope and view in elevation as well, okay? Now, you can do the true shape anywhere you want to, but probably the handiest thing to do would be to make it up here in elevation, and I'll put it in color then just to, or maybe lightly shaded to make it stand out, okay? Now, when I'm doing this, I always think about these things like a door, and in this case, it's almost like the lid on a toy box, okay? And the hinges, if you were putting the hinges on the toy box, they would be appearing along on this point here. Or that's that line there, that's it as a point view over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our compass down here. And as I said, it's sloping in both views now, so I can't see the true shape of it. But if I was to lift that lid up, there like that. Okay. Now I'd also have to bring up these little points. I'll do that as well while we're at it now. Because as the lid lifts up, that rectangle will lift up as well. That's on that lid, and we will see the true shape of this guy. Now, and that just comes around to there. So all of these are swung up. And what I'll do now is I'll bring them over. Now the widths will not change, folks, okay? But that's that point there is this point over here. And if I follow that over now and over and just bring it straight up. Now always make sure you're watching to bring it onto the straight line, of course. That's going to give me 1 point there. I'll just make it heavier to stand out. Same here. That's giving that guy there, okay? Now, I can join in these then. So that's it joined up to there and joined down to there. That is the true shape of that lid. I'm almost finished now. We just have to do the rectangle as well. So the rectangle came up. Now we know the width of it here, but just to bring it up, so it'll be on the bottom line. I'm just following my line over here. It'll start there and it'll come up, if you follow over this guy, up as far as there, okay? Same over here. Now, that is the true shape. If you wanted to, you could just lightly shade that in there. Keep it as neat as you can. Okay. If the color maybe perhaps to be better. Don't ever go too heavy though, so you don't cover over your construction lines. Okay. So that is the true shape of that. So as I said, always think about it as a lid or a door. Okay. That's where it would hinge from. If you were to lift up that, okay, if that was a box and you were lifting up the lid of the toy box, flip it up to there, bring it across, and just bring straight up the lines. Your widths won't change, but the length from here to here has, because now you're looking at it at 90 degrees, which means you can see the true shape. So hope you enjoyed that, folks, and find that useful, and I'll be making more videos. So keep watching the channel and paying attention to your OneNote, where I'll be putting up instructions. Thank you.